I still remember the day I counted my last $50. Not in a bank account, not on a screen, but in my trembling hands. 5 crumpled $10 bills. That was everything I had left. No family support, no safety net, no second chances. Just me and a dream that felt almost too fragile to exist. My name is Millie, and back then I wasn't living any kind of dream. I was surviving. I had moved to a new city with someone I trusted, someone I believed would build a future with me. He used to say, "We'll rise together." But what I didn't know that day was that he had already planned to leave me behind. At first, everything felt perfect. We shared a tiny apartment, cheap meals, and big dreams. I worked 2 part-time jobs while he handled business ideas that never really turned into anything. I believed in him. I believed in us. Until everything changed. One evening, I came home early. I still remember the silence, the strange emptiness in the room. His clothes were gone, his suitcase gone, and on the table, a single note. "I need something more. Don't wait for me." That was it. No explanation, no apology, just gone. And just like that, everything I thought I had disappeared. I sat on the cold floor for hours, staring at that note, feeling something inside me break quietly. Not loudly, not dramatically, just silently. I wasn't just abandoned, I was exposed. Exposed to the truth that I had built my life around someone who never planned to stay. And the worst part? He had taken most of our shared savings before leaving me with just $50. 50. That night, I cried until I had nothing left. But deep inside, something else was happening. Something I didn't understand at the time. A quiet voice. A whisper that said, "You're not done." Revenge doesn't always look the way people expect. It's not loud, it's not dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet, powerful, and deeply personal. I didn't destroy him, I didn't chase him, I didn't try to prove anything. Instead, I built something he could never be part of. My small business started growing. What began with $50 turned into something real. Something stable, something mine. I moved into a better place. Not big, not perfect, but peaceful. And that peace meant everything. Months later, I heard about him again, through mutual acquaintances. His better opportunity didn't work out. His plans fell apart, and suddenly he was looking for stability again. But this time, I wasn't an option. And that was my closure. Not seeing him fail, but realizing I no longer cared. That was my freedom. That was my victory. Because the truth is, the real revenge wasn't in what happened to him. It was in what didn't happen to me. I didn't stay broken. I didn't stay stuck. I didn't let someone else's decision define my future. I chose myself, and that choice changed everything. Today, when I look back at that moment, holding $50 in my shaking hands, I don't feel pain anymore. I feel gratitude, because sometimes life removes people not to hurt you, but to make space for who you're meant to become. So if you're listening to this and you feel like everything has fallen apart, please remember this. You don't need a perfect start, you don't need support from everyone, and you definitely don't need someone who couldn't see your worth. All you need is one moment of courage, one decision to stand up, and one belief that you are enough, because you are. And your story? It's not over yet. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've ever been betrayed by those closest to you, know that you are stronger than the pain. Drop a comment below. I read every single one. And remember, keep blooming. If you like my story, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it. The next few weeks were the hardest of my life. Every morning I woke up with a heavy chest, like something was sitting on my heart, refusing to move. I worked longer hours, took extra shifts, and barely slept. But no matter how much I worked, it never felt like enough. Because it wasn't just about money, it was about trust, about believing someone would stand beside you and realizing they never intended to. I stopped trusting people, stopped trusting promises, stopped trusting myself. How did I not see it? I kept asking. How did I miss all the signs? But the truth is, sometimes we don't miss the signs. We just choose to believe in something better. One night, after another exhausting shift, I sat in my tiny room, staring at my last $50 again. And suddenly, something shifted. Not anger, not sadness, clarity. I realized something simple but powerful. If I could survive this, I could build something from it. That night, I made a decision. I wasn't going to wait for life to fix itself. I was going to rebuild it, from scratch, with $50. I started small, very small. I bought basic supplies and began making simple handmade products, things I knew people needed. I didn't have a fancy plan, no business degree, no connections, just determination. At first, no one noticed. Days passed with no sales, then weeks. I questioned everything. Was this a mistake? Am I just wasting what little I have left? But I kept going, because this time, I wasn't doing it for anyone else. I was doing it for me. Slowly, things began to change. One customer, then another. People started leaving kind messages. Your work is beautiful. Thank you for this. And for the first time in a long time, I felt seen. But just as things started improving, he came back. Yes, the same man who left me. He stood outside my workplace one evening, as if nothing had happened. I made a mistake, he said softly. I want to fix things. For a moment, I froze. Not because I missed him, but because I remembered who I used to be. The girl who would have forgiven him without question. But I wasn't her anymore. I looked at him, really looked at him, and for the first time, I saw him clearly. Not as someone I loved, but as someone who showed me exactly what I deserved to never accept again. I already fixed things, I said calmly, without you. And I walked away, not angry, not broken, just done.